Hey everybody, how's it going? We are here with a timeless reading. Before we get started, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that there's somebody that you're like working with or that you're interacting with, and I'm seeing things start to feel like a little bit hectic or a little bit stressful. But I'm also seeing that these challenging circumstances, you are definitely going to rise to the occasion. So whatever this is that you may feel is kind of like asking a lot for you or you could be struggling with, I'm seeing that things are going to definitely like work out for you. It can be a work situation. It can be somebody that you're working with, somebody that you're collaborating with. We're starting off with the Lovers and the Eight of Swords. So there's a connection that you have that I'm hearing something about feeling mentally isolated. You may not know what to do with this person. I'm also seeing a tower come through. Okay, so this is feeling like you and one other person with the Lovers. I'm not seeing this be multiple people. I'm just seeing it be you and this other person. But to have the Eight of Swords, this is like mentally tripping you up. Something about your connection with this person or something that's going on within the dynamic. And I'm also seeing a tower. So things could have taken like a very, very drastically unexpected turn with this person. Or, yeah, let's just leave it there. We're gonna like circle back to what the tower is about. You could have also kind of felt this coming, like you could have been feeling anxiety up until this point. Eight of Swords can also be like unsure of what to do as well. Like you could feel a bit blocked or a bit stuck mentally. It's something that kind of has you glitch. Something going on with you and this person or something about the dynamic. And so like while you're in the middle of sort of glitching, a tower happens. So I'm seeing it would be more than likely even more difficult to adapt just because the state that you were in prior to this happening was one where you were already kind of having a hard time functioning in that moment. So I'm just seeing like the tower on top of it feel definitely like a big wave. And you're like, I just got off the other one. I don't know if I was ready for this one too. And like here it is crashing down. So alright, as to be expected, we have the Five of Wands, so this is like feelings going in different directions, like what am I supposed to do here, just not feeling like there's full integration at this point. And you could feel like conflicted about like what this means, what do I do, how do I respond to this, what's even happening right now. It just feels very chaotic and very, very busy. This feels like a drastic change to have the tower connected with a 5. I'm getting something about teeth whitening here. Okay, you're gonna prevail within this situation for sure, okay? But I'm seeing it almost be like a struggle up until you have this moment of breakthrough. So things are for sure going to work out for you. To have the Chariot coming out after the Five of Wands, so like whatever this is that needs to be sorted, it does get sorted. Okay, so it looks like needing to reflect on your dynamic with this person, but there could have been this part of you that was like, oh, I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it too closely. Because judgment is getting to a point where you're like, above all, I need the truth. I want to be honest with myself about what's going on here. I have to put all of my preferences on the back burner. I need to put my ego on the back burner. And I need to connect with my higher self here and channel a fully immersed, integrated energy that seeks to see like the truth and the reality above all else. And it has to do with your dynamic with this person. So this is like putting this relationship under a microscope. Connection. Some of you aren't calling this a relationship, you're calling it a connection. But others of you, this can be a relationship. And like isn't everything really. So this seems like you're looking at it through the lens of like how you're actually feeling about this, not like how you want to feel, not how you were feeling 5 days ago, 5 years ago, 5 hours ago. It's like what's actually happening right now, like how are you feeling? But to have the Eight of Swords, this can be you like you know the truth, right? And you already knew what you were going to find when you looked at this, but there's this part of you that's resistant to integrating. This word is coming through a lot. Definitely like a space of duality that you had been in. I'm seeing Gemini and Cancer and Mars. Gemini, Mars, Cancer, Mars. Some of you can have a Mercury and Pluto aspect within your natal chart, or you can have Pluto aspecting your Mars. Yeah, there's this feeling that there is a very clear and appropriate way for you to respond communication-wise, verbally, to something that's going on with you. You reflect on something and you see it, and it seems like in response to that, something needs to be brought forward between you and this person, but you may feel, for some reason, like having anxiety stepping into this energy of the Queen of Swords, which can mean I need to advocate for myself, but I feel really anxious about doing that. I need to say something to this person, but I really don't feel comfortable doing that. How is this person going to react when I say what needs to be said? So it's like all of the reasons why you feel in your head about doing something that you know you need to step into this energy and actually follow through with this. You may also know that this person is not going to respond well to you setting boundaries or advocating for yourself or communicating like an observation or just something that feels very important for you to be bringing up in the dialogue between the two of you. You may also have an opportunity with this person, but you needed to reflect on... Okay, so let's just use an example. You're connecting with somebody, but the connection that you have with them does not feel like it's in a complete flow state, okay? There are issues. And now they're like, hey, you want to go on vacation with me? And rather than just being focused on like, do I go on vacation with them or not, you need to analyze your relationship with this person prior to making any choices about an opportunity that they're trying to give to you. Because this isn't just about, let's say somebody's coming through and asking like, hey, do you want to date me? This isn't just thinking about like, do I want to date someone or not? This is about thinking like, is this person actually the right person for me to be with, for me to even entertain that? So there's something here about needing to analyze specifically your connection with this person before you say anything about like an additional opportunity that's connected with your relationship with them. Because I'm seeing there be some sort of opportunity that sort of came out of nowhere. this is what the surprise is. This is what the Tower is. It's like a very unexpected opportunity, but you feel conflicted about this. And it's because of something specifically happening within your dynamic, within your connection with this person. So even though the opportunity is expected, and at first you may be like, oh, that's what this is about, it's actually about your connection with this person. Like, that's the thing that needs to be focused at and looked at here. Focused on and looked at here. So yeah, even though it's like a really intense moment when this opportunity sort of unveils itself, and even though that may feel like the focus, it's kind of like the thing in the background is really what you're supposed to be paying attention to here, and it has to do solely with you and this person and what's going on between the two of you, and actually taking the time to reflect on the dynamic at hand. But you may be distracted by this opportunity. Like, let me look at that door over there rather than on this thing that I'm supposed to be looking at right here. Yeah, because the opportunity comes through and you're trying to discern like whether or not it's something that you want. You may feel like this actually kind of conflicts with what you want. But that being said, I am seeing that you're going to make the right choice at the end of this. It is feeling like a choice, like a decision, whatever this is that you need to do, you come out on top. Okay. Somebody's giving you an opportunity because they want to like reconcile with you or hang out with you or become close with you again. You were not expecting this opportunity, but rather than just focusing on the door that this person is opening for you and being like, wanna go inside with me, you need to put that. I'm telling you, like, for some reason when this comes through, it's almost like if you focus on the wrong thing, you're going to miss the whole point of this. You need to first analyze your connection with this person. It's very, very important that you look at just like the dynamic at hand between you and this person before you even consider anything about the opportunity to connect with them. It's something that they want. Yes, they do want to connect with you. Yes, they do want to reconcile with you or get together with you or hang out with you. Yes, this is coming out of the blue. You were not expecting this, but you have to ask yourself what you want here. And before you even ask yourself what you want as far as moving forward with this person, there are patterns. It's almost like there's some sort of secret or latent or subconscious dynamic at play with you and this person that needs to be analyzed. It's like the most important part of this whole reading, but it may be the thing that you don't know, like whether or not you want to look into it. And also too, to have this 9 of Cups here, this can be somebody that you like have this desire to connect with them because you feel like maybe they do something for you emotionally, or just like you want to connect with a person right now. But there's something here specifically about the dynamic that can be put into question. Like, is this a healthy dynamic for me to be in? Is this something that aligns with my values? Do I like how I feel? Do I like the way that this person treats me? Do I feel like they respect me? You know, things like that are just basics of like what organically is happening between the two of you before, again, you even consider this person. Like, something needs to be looked at more closely is what I'm seeing, specifically about what's happening between the two of you, the dynamic, and integrating that into your current view, which is then going to be taken and assimilated into like this decision that you're making, okay, with whether or not you are going to connect with this person. There's something here about a very like slow manifestation. Like, something may take a bit of time, or you sort of have to invest. Yeah, this person can be coming through apologizing to you. I am hearing Libra. That may be a side note. Yeah, I do feel strongly that for a lot of you, either you or this person you're dealing with has a Gemini Mars or a Cancer Mars. Just having them all out here like this, or their particular Gemini or Cancer placements. You may know more about this dynamic than you're willing to admit. I will say this too, though, for some of you, there's something here about, hold on. I am seeing the Four of Wands and the High Priestess. This can be a relationship that is not public. But this can also just be like a feeling that you have about the dynamic as well. Ooh, I'm seeing something definitely get to you emotionally that like you're not feeling good about. It's something about feeling like a lack of stability or like not feeling safe emotionally. It has to do with like something hidden or some sort of secret, but this can also be you like keeping your feelings to yourself. Like you can be looking at this relationship and feeling certain things that you have not vocalized. And it's about like stability emotionally. So maybe like what it would take for you to feel safe, and you actually feeling like quite unsafe. But then almost feeling like you're kind of stuck. Like you don't feel safe, but then you're like, and what am I supposed to do about that anyway? Kind of like that. So maybe just something you're going to be looking at, because it almost feels like, oh, it's just stuck like this and I can't do anything about that. Like I have no other choice than to like feel unsafe, like something like that. It's kind of a weird, again, this thing coming through about there being like a lack of integration. If you're feeling conflicted at all, it's a lack of integration, which just means like needing to look at everything honestly and be willing to realize like what you already know, but realize it in a conscious way. Because conflict comes from reality being one thing, but our desires being another thing, and then those two things butting heads. So acceptance is the way to actually like equalize that energy. But sometimes we don't want to accept that something is the way that it is because we want it to be something else. Like sometimes we don't want to accept that we aren't emotionally safe with somebody because we want to be, you know, or we want them to show up in a way that allows us to feel safe, but they don't. But then we have a hard time accepting that because we want it to be other than it is. Just an example. Yeah, for some of you, you're actually in a relationship with this person. For some of you, you're actually married to this person, or you're living with them, or you have like a higher, like a more serious relationship. But I'm seeing your guides be like, forget all of the rules and regulations and labels, like what's actually happening just in your dynamic with this person. Like forget that they're your wife or your husband or your partner, or you live with them, or they're best friends with your sister, you know, like forget all of that stuff and just look at or that you have kids with them. Just look at the like actual like raw bones of the dynamic that you have with this person. Because I'm seeing you feel like anxiety about like the structure of what sort of unfolded, like the dynamic. Like there's something here. It's like when you look at your connection with this person, just like you as you and this other person as another person, and you drop all of the other labels that you have for them and you just see them as another human. What's going on within that dynamic? this can feel like not feeling good about what's happening within the dynamic with you and this person, and about sort of what this has turned into. Like, this can be feeling in your head about like what you're now sort of like tied to and committed to. And I'm seeing it's like there's this part of you that feels you need to advocate for yourself, but High Priestess can be you not saying anything. And this can also be like if you're not saying things that need to be said, this is like also where resentment can come from as well. Issues with the throat chakra. This can also be you keeping track of things and keeping tabs of things, like keeping mental notes of what this person is doing and not communicating that with them too. Like keeping score, but then not saying anything about it. Now, all that being said, I'm seeing that there's a very, very surprising opportunity that looks very good to you that's popping up here. So this is something where you're like, wow, I can't even believe this. I'm seeing this tower be one where you like never expected to have some sort of opportunity, and it's like everything that you dreamed of. Like there's something really phenomenal about what this opportunity is. I don't know like what the connection is between that and what you already have going on, but this is an opportunity in the 3D which would provide you with like some type of stability or security, or help you achieve a goal that you've like really been wanting to achieve. But it's something that you may have not ever expected to have this opportunity. It like really comes out of the blue to have it tied to the tower. Tower is like out of nowhere. This door opens that you didn't even know was there, and it's like everything that you want. Like there's something about it being, this is very valuable to you. It's like very ideal to you. There's something very important to you about this that aligns very much with your values and like even more. But then I'm seeing you feel conflicted about what you want emotionally. For some of you too, you could sort of be stuck in something that's like not really working for you, but you're just staying within it, and you actually have like a better opportunity coming along, but then you're like, well, what do I do though? The advice for you to move through this is to tap into what you're feeling and just making decisions based off of like the feeling function. With balance, because I don't think we should solely just be leaning on one thing, but something about like how you're feeling again needs to be integrated. Just this word over and over and over again, integrated into this experience that you're having, because I'm seeing that's what's going to help you sort of like come out on top within this situation. I just want to get more about this though. There can be something that you're like really worried about socially, like a social interaction or a social dynamic. Or this can be like fear of like what other people are going to think or what other people are going to say. Or feeling like maybe you don't have the type of support that you want. I'm seeing there be a big focus on what you're trying to build within your life. Like I'm seeing you be very, very responsible, and I'm seeing you also be very protective over like what you've been spending a long time doing. So you may feel very comfortable being consistent. That may be something that really matters to you. There's something here about pulling back from some maybe old familiar situations. For some of you too, there couldn't be something from like the past or from childhood that was like sort of returning, but I'm actually seeing you step out from this or just like taking a break. But this can be also pulling away from, Six of Cups can be like family members and stuff too, or just people that you feel like kind of hold you in an old energy that you feel like you've grown out of, but you may be taking a break so you can like fully sort of expand out of that old energy. Yeah, it's like something that would have been feeling sort of like draining or exhausting to you that I'm seeing you pull away from. For some of you too, you could be like focusing more on your work and less on relationships that feel draining to you too. I'm seeing something that you're just continuously working on. But you could be feeling very reticent to allow the past to creep back in, because I'm seeing it feel like more draining than anything. It's like something that you need to take constant breaks from because it doesn't feel like it's revitalizing to you. Okay, that makes sense. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.